Okay, so it's 7 o'clock at night. It's December 23rd, and I might be busy tomorrow on Christmas Eve, so we're gonna read something on Reddit No Sleep. I just found this on. This is written by creepsmcpasta. My boy, one of my favorite YouTubers, creepsmcpasta. So this says, I wrote to Santa as a kid. Today he wrote back. So that's Discord. I'm in a good mood. I want to try and stay up all freaking night because I usually do that. I like to try that every Christmas Eve. I don't know what darn secrets. I don't know. My parents are gonna find this video, and I don't care. They don't watch my stuff. So that's pretty good. So this is by Creepypasta. Go follow him. He is gonna be in the description along with my Twitter, Twitch, and I think that's it. My Discord numbers are gonna be in the bottom in the description as well. So my Twitter, Twitch link in the description. I'm not going to stream today, tomorrow. I'm going to take Sunday off, and I'm going to go back to streaming on Monday. So if you guys want to see facial reveal on Monday, there we go. Okay, here we go. I wrote to Santa as a kid. Today he wrote back. I meant to make a thumbnail for this, but I forgot. Without further ado, let's begin. My school had a yearly tradition around Christmas. The teachers would rally all the students of our small town school to write a letter to Santa. The teachers all calibrated and emphasized to us that they knew Santa's real address and what we wrote would be sent to him. I don't know whether my parents never religiously drilled the idea of Santa into me, or if I was just a weird kid, but throughout my childhood I never believed he was real. So I always felt this idea of entertaining this letter scheme was below me. To me, this was just a silly way for the teachers to get kids excited for the holiday. In school, I was one of the rough kids. I got in fights a lot, and the majority of the other students would avoid me. Even teachers had an appearance and whatever. I'm sorry if I keep screwing up on the words, by the way. Of being around me, scared. My temperament was not limited to just kids. Hindsight helps me say this, but at the time I thought it was everyone else who were weird. Sorry, that one part right here with the that part like had an appearance, and that part really threw me off. I'm sorry. Hey, Cam's Life, awesome. I attribute all of this to my uncle and what he did. He was a brute when my parents were around, which was a lot. He was the one to look after me during those many nights. He would be rough with me, making me try beer, telling me about lytic things I was woefully ill prepared to know. All for the illusion that he was making me tough, when in reality it made me closed off, only able to express my emotions through violence and hate. Each year I never participated writing the letters. When I did, I'd often just scribble insults or crude doodles, but every so often I'd noticed something. A handful of kids would come back after Christmas break raving that Santa brought them what they asked for. They would talk about how Santa left them a letter saying they were especially good that year and brought their wildest dreams to life. Kids from poor families got the latest game consoles. Lonely children got the pet of their dreams. One kid even claimed his mother's illness was taken away by Santa. In my pessimistic attitude, I just drummed up to the excuse that the teachers gave the letters to their parents. Another reason I never took part in writing a letter, scared my uncle would catch wind and would judge me for what I secretly desired. The pattern was undeniable. Kids were getting what they wanted, and in some way, if it worked for me, the letter sent to my parents was an interesting way to slightly let on what my uncle was doing, tip off my parents at what was going on behind their backs, all to avoid a lesson drilled into me by my uncle that snitches get stitches. Literally a mantra which kept me quiet for far too long. One year I grabbed the pen and ham-fisted a simple letter. I am impensive. Impressive. Those languages are hard. I wrote that I never wanted to see my uncle again, that I wished Santa would take him away. I finished the note off, also asking for a puppy. I was a kid who didn't want a puppy at that age. Something my parents never knew, since wanting a pet was girly, according to my uncle. Punch him in the mouth. When some of the more outspoken kids confronted me at the idea of participating in such an event, I was so vocal against. I simply told them I wrote the nastiest letter to the head teacher. I told wild details, which had the kids rolling in laughter, in a way adding to my persona a metaphor for the facade I had built up. I need glasses. I really do. Christmas came around, everything happened as they did every year. A dysfunctional family dinner and the awkward silence opening of thoughtless gifts. Despite the ritual not changing, I was broken. I berated myself for hoping the little hope I had left, only for it to be wasted. From then on, my life was turbulent. Sorry. I had basically lost all my hope, and for many years after I lost my friends, ruined relationships, and threw away opportunities, all because of my attitude. Inside, I never felt like a bad person, but it was how I expressed myself. And then something amazing happened. Someone saw that my first long-lasting relationship was with someone that understood how I felt inside. She was very patient. She had to be. She stood by me through many rough years, something I commend her for. Though I didn't see it at the time, my life with her were the best years I could ask for. Sadly, it didn't last forever. Also, Creepypasta, if you're watching this, my goodness, I'm gonna send you this video through Twitter. Oh my gosh, I cannot read. I'm sorry I'm butchering your story, man. Time grinded away at the relationship, my unmoving attitude keeping me still as a rock. As she pushed forward in life, eventually the distance was too much and she had no choice but to leave it. It was her leaving that finally shook me enough. A wake-up call. I hated how I became a slave to myself, always saying I wanted to change, but never truly lifting myself from my spot and taking the necessary steps forward. Immediately, I started seeking professional help in hopes of winning my girlfriend back. But after starting, I couldn't stop, and soon I was doing it for myself and no one else. I need glasses, y'all. I really do need glasses. Dude, my throat's hurt. Hold on. I was saving this, but whatever. I was saving this for like 8 or 9, dude. My throat's hurting, dude. My throat's all dry. This is not to say it wasn't easy. Family gatherings brought everything back. I had a reputation. I was terrified to break it, but privately, I was starting to edge out of my shell. I started with therapy sessions, opening up about everything after keeping it inside for too long. Realized so much tension, I found myself shedding tears, something unheard of about me if you knew who I was. My gosh, dude, look how long this is. Okay, I think we're almost there. Switching personalities is hard. and surrounded by people who know you as a certain way. So I took to some online apps to meet new people who didn't know me, a fresh start. Okay, we're almost there. To contrast my life, I chose events and activities that I made fun of throughout my early years. I met up to play video games instead of drinking beer that I secretly hated in rough bars. I spent time learning the game Magic the Gathering rather than poker nights. That always ended with a little scuffle. I even did D&D. I'm trying not to curse on this channel because you don't know if kids will be watching, but that's the whole reason. That's the only main reason I don't swear in my videos or my streams. You don't know if kids are watching. To my surprise, I started feeling something I hadn't felt for as long as I could remember. The warm feeling of joy. I'd missed that my whole life. I always knew it was in me, and I was saddened somewhat by how long it took to come out, but was overshadowed by the bellowing feelings I now had. I used this energy I took to amending things with the people I hurt. Through social medias like Facebook and Twitter, I hunted down the people I wronged throughout my school life, and after some moved far away so I could only message them. Often they initially thought I was messing with them, and complete disbelief that I even contemplated showing a softer side. Some unfortunately didn't accept my apology, something I understand, and settled on the notion that I tried. I became a new person. That is the year when my uncle went missing. Oh man, my throat hurts from talking. Oh, Creepypasta, how do you do it? How do you do this, Creepypasta? How do you do this? Yeah, my throat hurts. Okay, we're almost done. It was out of nowhere around midwinter. He was healthy, active, and up to his usual shenanigans. So it was a shock when I received the call that he never came back from one of his nights out. Searches were made, posters were hung, and notices were sent. However, no trace was ever found. It was like he disappeared into the air. Christmas was not long after, and things were initially quiet. An empty seat waiting heavy on the family's minds. I could see the family wasn't enthused, so I did something unexpected. I took an initiative and whatever. I started reading the jokes from the Christmas crackers we pulled before our meal. At first, my family was shocked, but soon joined in. I heard something I hadn't heard in my family for a long time: genuine laughter. We played festive games afterwards, despite being full to the brim with Christmas dinner. I made a fool of myself, and I thank my parents for not making a big deal out of it. I was a changed man. At the end of the night, we opened our presents. Most gifts were thoughtless as usual, remnants of how Christmas used to be. However, my gifts lit up the room. Each one carried a level of thoughtfulness they'd never seen before. Feelings that I kept inside for so long and displayed for all to I don't know how to say that word. And displayed for all to see. Something they all picked up on and vowed to stop next year. Okay. Last paragraphs, guys. The last gift was an odd-looking box with my name on it, topped with a small envelope. Some thought it was from my uncle before he disappeared, though I doubted it as he never really got me anything before. I started at the card, written in the cleanest cursive I'd ever seen. It was addressed directly to me. The message was brief and talked about how good I was that year and wishes that I got everything I'd asked for. I started to think it was from one of those childhood classmates that I reconnected with. My heart jumped to my throat when I heard a noise bounce around inside, despite years of cultivating a hardened composer. The sounds I heard froze me for a moment. Panicking, I ripped open the package and looked down as two adorable, bright eyes stared back at me and barked. Oh, okay. Creeps, you did a good job in this. It was hard for me to read. Maybe it's because my eyes are. I don't know how you creepypasta readers do it. How do you read so good? Barking eyes would freak me out even if they were adorable. It only took so long, he wasn't on the nice list. Thanks, Captain. Bloody Glass says this was a beautiful story. True, there were no monsters on their bed, cryptic stalking the woods, or mysterious events that could find a home in the Twilight Zone, but it held a real scare for some. It wasn't scary or even the least bit unsettling. For some reason, I read to tell us, I wrote to Santana. All I want for Christmas is a black magic woman. Deleted said nothing. Ooh, you got a little dog friend. Happy for you. Also, happy your uncle was gone. Maybe Santa offered the uncle a job and the uncle was like, let's go. That's great. My son told me he's been having trouble sleeping. I decided to film him. What I found in the morning chilled me to the bones. Oh wait, that's a story. Okay, cool. So these are just you know, I think we need to read these, guys. These look fun. Oh, so yeah, that was a story by Creepypasta. This is by No Sleep. Not by No Sleep, but it was from No Sleep, like the webpage. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a really good story. Creepypasta, you did a good job on this. Yeah, I'll probably get to reading like these ones too. Like my son told me he's been having trouble sleeping. I would probably do that one. Oh man, go check the story out, guys. It's so good. Creepypasta's links gonna be in the description along with my Twitch and Twitter. Like I said before at the start of this, I'm not going to stream today, tomorrow, or Sunday. I'm going to get back to stream on Monday. Because that's going to be after Christmas. So, I'm going to do my Christmas live stream on Monday when no one's busy. So, I'm just going to take a break for 3 days. Hope you guys don't mind. And I'm going to play Rocket League for a little bit. And maybe I'll record more. I don't know yet.